I can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there you
Am
go.
I muted? Okay. All right. Well, that was a fail. Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the first official podcast of 2025. I'm going to let my guests introduce themselves. So I'm going to start with the gambler. Tell us a little bit. Why are you here? What do you have to say to the league?
All right, fellas. Can you guys hear me okay?
Ken.
All right. Thank you for having me on, sir. I've been in this league better part of a decade, if not more. Zero-time champion, so out to prove something this year. Yeah, let's get it, fellas. I'm excited. We got a good draft already in the books here to talk about tonight, so let's get at it.
Right. Danimal?
Sir, if I come on your podcast, it is Danimal. So
sorry.
You get my name right, okay?
All right, Danimal.
Yeah.
What do you have to say? I mean, you were part of the double champ squad. You're like a triple champ. Matt Lorenz is now part of the champ. Is the champs dead, or are we retiring that phrase? Has the slate been clean with Sleeper? I mean, that's what the people want to know.
Well, since I was the first double champ, obviously, when I get my next title and then I get my fourth title, then I'll set the tone and I'll determine the catchphrase. Until then, yeah, it's a little watered down.
Understood. Well, I appreciate you joining and bringing some credibility to this podcast because me and Jared statistically are some of the worst in this league. So it would have been ironic if it was
Hey,
just
maybe it's
Jared.
your year to get second place.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Well, let me get started. I'm actually going to share my screen. Let me know if it pops up all right. So let me share, and you should see this screen. All right, is it popping up with the PowerPoint?
Yep.
All right. This is the first official episode hosted by Curse of the Nerd. Nerd. I went con for sure, short, even though it doesn't really make sense, but we're just it's too long to say, so we're going con moving forward. All right. So the first thing I really want to do is take a quick look at the draft overview. We're going to maybe just do some call outs, anything that we think was maybe a little bit of a reach, maybe a good pickup. And then what I really want to do is after we've kind of reviewed that for a second, let you two give your opinion on the top three best teams. And then we'll take a second to look at the top three worst teams. So getting started, I should have this already pulled up here. And you should be able to see this here. All right. So first thing I want to say, I just find it super interesting the panic that people have. Oh, running back, we have to go running back, and just like panic running back. And then you can see the same, where's some more colors? Wide receiver here. I think there was a quarterback run here at the end. But I mean, really, I don't think there's too much to call out first round. I mean, I would say getting CD at 8 is pretty crazy, and Jefferson at 7th is pretty crazy.
Insane value for sure.
A-Chain, I mean, especially with the injury, I think that was already hinted at before Derek picked him up. Probably going to be a bad pickup, in my opinion. I'm not mad at anything else other maybe than A-Chain would probably be the biggest stretch here, in my opinion. What are you guys thinking in the first round? Anything to note? We're good to move on to the second round.
I mean, Lorenz was a little high on Derrick Henry, but we've learned not to question. So
that is interesting because Sleeper has Henry up higher than McCaffrey and I want to say Jonty and A-Chain. But I think most people are thinking CMC, if he stays healthy, is going to be a better pick overall. I mean, you had Henry last year. I wanted him really bad. Do you think he's going to have the same year that he had?
I doubt it. I think it'll probably still be good, but I think there's just another year of risk of injury. It's unlikely that he goes the whole season without injury.
All right, well, let's move on to the second round. On the turn, Bucky, I think it's a good pick. Then you see Pops Milioni picking up Josh Allen. I mean, someone had to do it in this league, do the first one to jump. And I mean, you might as well get Josh Allen if you're going to jump for it. I don't know. I don't think that was necessarily. I mean, it could be considered a reach, but thoughts on the QB snag early? Good play or a little bit of a stretch?
I mean, Lorenz got Hurts for that.
No, I mean that was the
So,
turn, right? Because it was turning here and then it went down.
oh, that's true. Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I might tease a little bit of my later selection, observations here with Potts Milioni, but risky pick with McCaffrey, early QB, Cook going along with Allen. That's double dipping in the Bills offense. Metcalf with Old Man Rogers, Hunter a rookie, Addison 3 games out to start the year, early reach for the Steelers. I mean, it's kind of a lot of things have to happen here for Potts Milioni. Not saying it won't, but we'll leave it at that for now.
Keep in mind, though, he does have Tyler Bass, too. So outside of defensive Bills touchdown, he should have a play in every point.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what
So
do
if they
they
get
say in
shut
the
out, he's
stock
screwed.
market, though? Past results do not indicate future success, so we'll see.
All right. Then we see Lorenz with the Hurts pickup. I mean, he had a potential to get a really good stacked running back. He could probably could have taken Chase Brown from you and gotten both Henry and Brown. That'd have been a pretty solid, or even Drake London would have been a solid pickup at that point. I mean, listen, as someone who had Saquon and AJ Brown last year and lost the league, I can tell you, and I'll complain about it. Even though Saquon got a ton of points, he could have had a lot more points if Hurts wouldn't have vultured so many touchdowns with the tush push. It is really annoying. So I understand it. I mean, he's going to get like 1 to 2 touchdowns at least every game off the tush push. So it could work out for him. He's not going to get a lot of, more value other than that. Overall, I think second round, pretty fine.
Corey did pick up some insane value on Drake London there. I mean, I've been seeing him go much earlier than that.
Good point. And then AJ Brown's obviously had I had him last year. I feel like he barely got, honestly, what's the other wide receiver? Gets a lot of points. Smith.
I feel like Devontae Smith.
He gets a lot of points, man, and especially with Saquon, it's Brown overall in fantasy has not been huge, so that could be a risky second pick. I mean, I really was trying to avoid him.
I think he was hurt. He was banged up a good part of last year. I mean, he missed at least 2 games. He's still 28. He's kind of got a career-long knee issue, I'm pretty sure. If he can stay healthy, though, I like his chances of rebounding back to where he was a couple years ago. So,
coming down into a couple of the third and fourth, has there been a year where Uncle Joe has tried to not have Kamara? I'm pretty sure he's had Kamara like every year too. And listen, he's gone back to the well and it's done him relatively okay. At some point, it has to stop working. He's been in the league, I feel like, a long time at this point.
I think this is the year that Kamara sucks because they're going to have a terrible quarterback situation. So they're going to stack the box and Kamara is just going to get smashed.
I mean, I love his opening 3 rounds, JJ, B. Thomas, Jaden Daniels, but then, man, it's old man city, like, for his next 5 picks, and then 2 defenses. So,
well, one thing I'll call out too is, like, we'll get more into this in the teams, but dude, Derek's team is super injury prone. I mean, A-Chain, Jonathan Taylor. If anyone's gone through Jonathan Taylor, listen, I'm a Colts fan. Dude is like injured like at least 4 or 5 games this season. So between A-Chain, Jonathan Taylor, and then, like, is Chuba really a 4th round pick? Is that when he's going? That seems kind of high for me. I mean,
he had a good year last year.
He had a good year.
Was that A-Chan insurance? I mean, he can't start him. So that was my biggest question.
Fair point.
I mean, I picked up a 3rd RB around later, but I don't know.
I mean, I think the 2 wide receivers he picked up in the middle actually are really good, to be fair. That did kind of help him. I really like Sutton, dude. They're just going to throw him bombs all day. And then, like I said, I like Devontae Smith. He kind of vultures a lot of points. Anything else worth mentioning in these couple rounds? I mean, I wouldn't have expected my dad to be the one to pick Travis Hunter up. Like, that was, like, not the person I think he would go with, but that was an interesting pick for him. Out of character a little bit. I like the Xavier Worthy pick from Stafford, especially with the other guy's going to be out. So he's going to get potentially a lot of value there. And I think that Patrick Mahomes will have a better year this year, even though he had a good year last year. Fantasy-wise, didn't look that great. And then you can start to see Corey's going to go on his rookie run. I mean, let's count out how many rookies freaking Corey has. 1, 2, 3, 4 rookies on the same team, and then a couple of second year. That is ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. And then like two second years.
Not nearly as ridiculous as him drafting 4 running backs before the 8th round.
That is crazy.
But
and we can only start 2 running backs.
Yeah. Like he's gonna have to pick 2 of them every week.
And you went the opposite strategy. You went 4 non-running backs before the 4th round.
I mean, yeah, because half you jokers already had your 3rd running back before it got to me.
All right. Well, I think we've seen enough now to kind of jump into a little bit now. So, starting with maybe who wants to jump in first, Dan or Jared? Which one's prepared to give your 3 people? And I'll actually pull them up. Which is your best 3 drafted teams? Or if you can't say in order, just give me your top 3 in your opinion. And I can go back to that slide if you want me to. Or that page.
Yeah, I can go.
All right, what do you got?
So let's see. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick right at the beginning, right? Everyone's healthy except for a couple of these guys already banged up. I don't think he's in my top 2, but I got to give a shout out to Stafford. I've been in enough leagues with the dude just to know his drafting style. He always just picks up a ton of wide receivers and running backs, and it kind of works out for him. So I love his 1-2 punch with Genty and Neighbors. You know, I love the middle rounds with Worthy, Pickens. Olave at some point is going to show up. The dude is talented. He's just had a little bit of a rough stretch with health and quarterback play. I mean, if Purdy or May hit, he's going to be looking pretty there. So from Stafford, I would move up to, I think at number 2. Let's see. This is tough, but I think I'm about to go Cam here. I mean, I tried to find some problems with his draft, but the dude, I think, put together a solid squad here. As long as Stafford is healthy, I think Puka's going to show up. Bucky, Omarion, Hampton is solid. Kittle is set to open the season strong. I mean, I think he's really going to need Love to show up. I'm not sure Herbert's going to pan out, but I like the middle round upside he's got there. Overall, a pretty well-balanced team.
Right.
And I think Herbert, number 1, go ahead. And what were you saying?
I actually missed that. Herbert, that seems super early for Herbert. I mean, some people weren't even drafting Herbert like in a draft. Like they weren't even picking out because I don't think he's a huge fantasy, and it's not like he's been doing amazing. I don't know. Besides that, I like the team besides that pick. I like that he covered himself with Love, but that was interesting to me out of all the pickups. But yeah, go ahead to your number 1 now.
Yeah, so number 1, I'm a little torn here, I think, but let's see. Let Dan go with his 3 and 2, and then I'll come back to my number 1.
Okay. All right, Dan. Hit me.
Well, I'd say with the 3, I think I got to go with Madison. Despite his claims, it's not the greatest draft he's ever had, but I think he's got Mahomes on a rebound, like you said. I think he's got a lot of options for receiving, and he's got Brock Bowers, who should have a much better year. So I think he's in the same boat as I am with running backs. So we're gonna flip a coin and see who sucks. But I think he's doing good. I gotta probably agree on Stafford because I think Drake
Stafford
May.
2?
Yeah, Stafford 2 because I think Drake May is a good value pick. I think he could be this year's Bo Nix. I think he kind of really rises and falls on whether or not Ashton Genty is any good because I don't think Breece Hall is going to be good. But it's a little bit of a dice roll of a team, but I think there's potential. And he got the kicker that nailed a 70-yarder, so he might start just nailing like 20-point kicker games every week, and then Laugh all the way to the bank.
Okay. Do you have your number one?
Yeah.
Okay, hit me.
I do. Well, myself not included, because based on my background,
You can put yourself if you want. There's no shame putting yourself.
Okay. I've got, my background is here because my wide receiving core is out of this world. But I'm going to say Zach Nelson, I think. I like Zach's team. I like Bo Nix leading it. I was a little pissed that he got him. But I like him. I think it's a solid team. I think DeAndre Swift is going to be a lot better this year. And there's not a lot of competition in Chicago, so as long as they can stay in the game. And I wouldn't have put my own money on it, but this could be the year that Kyle Pitts blows up. So you never know.
One now, or are you ready? Or
Yeah.
wait?
So for my number one, I got to go with Madison. I think he's just got the best opening 3 picks with Chase,
right,
Bowers, and McConkey there. I think Walker also is very exciting. Mahomes is steady and reliable, albeit he hasn't been sexy the last couple of years, but he's definitely got, room to improve there. Aaron Jones, a little bit boring, but he's going to get points and provide production at least until Judkins can figure things out in Cleveland. So I think figuring out his wide receiver 3, I think that's something Madison can handle throughout the year. Najee Harris, I got to say, might have been the worst pick in the entire draft, but his team can overcome that. The dude's his eye isn't even open yet. So, and then Goff. I mean, if he needs to trade Mahomes or Goff, he can't. So,
interesting.
Yeah, Pug too smug, looking good.
All right. I'm not going to change any mine. I do have one where I'm like, I kind of regret putting this decision, but I'll talk through my decisions. My reveal is the following. I've got Pops 3, which I think was the questionable one, but I'll talk about that. I got myself number 2, and I'll talk through that. And I've got, actually, Jared, I got you number 1. And I really liked your draft this year. So let me explain, because I do think there's some questionable things about Pop's team. This is a really risky team, right? I mean, a lot of people are down on Cook. So a lot of the experts were down on Cook. Dude, Cook had like 2 games back to back where he had like 3 touchdowns. It can definitely happen. I think having Cook and Allen may be a mistake. Allen is going to be great, dude. There's no risk. I don't think there's any risk there. I mean, even for the reach. And then, like, dude, I think CMC is a little slept on. Like, if he is healthy, he could go crazy. I like the Hunter pick. Metcalf is risky. I mean, it's overall risky. I think he has some good value later on with the wide receivers that he has on the bench. So that was my riskier one. I could probably go Madison or Stafford. I can see the value there. Let me tell you why I wasn't in love with either of Stafford's team or Madison's team. Here's the thing, guys. Throughout this league, we have never been a full PPR league. There was some changes. There was a year, I want to say it was either Cam, maybe it was Madison. Correct me if I'm wrong, where we did the crazy thing where we didn't draft we didn't draft running backs first. We started drafting wide receivers first. And I think it's when Jamar came in the league and really started upsetting things, and JJ, like, they really are super caliber things. But historically, we've always drafted running backs. I mean, that's just how we go. And in this league, we're kind of getting back to that a little bit more, as you can see Jefferson and Lamb starting to fall off. So that's what I'm saying is there is a value in having a really good set of running backs. And when I look at Madison's team, frankly, I do not see any value from the running backs. Super risky, dude. Aaron Jones, I know you're trying to make a case for it, is not good. I don't know what's going on with Judkins. I don't know if he's even signed yet. And Kenneth Walker.
There's an update on Judkins. They said they're not going to sign him until the NFL finishes their investigation.
Okay. So, what running backs do we have here? Walker and Jones? That's what we're saying is a second caliber team. I'm sorry, has to be said. He has good roles, but let's not change up the fact that this is a running back led league. All right. Same thing to be said with Stafford. Dude, super risky running backs. We have no idea. Was it me who picked up Bijan first the first year he did? and like freaking whatever that coach was starting
Arthur Smith.
Yeah, Arthur Smith was debating my existence. Like, dude, who knows where that can happen? I mean, obviously Bowers worked out really well as a first pick, but we drafted him super late value, so I think there's a lot of risk there. That's why I didn't pick them. But no, let's go back to my team number 2. I mean, listen, I do this every year. I do this every year. But like CeeDee Lamb at 8, come on, dude. I've got CeeDee Lamb. I've got Josh Jacobs, super reliable back, in my opinion. I feel like that was a great pickup, trying to give me some value in the running back area. I've got JSN, who had a great year last year. You could go Mike Evans. I mean, dude, like touchdown city Mike Evans. Come on, like there's still you can milk that thing as long as they're going to throw it to him continuously. Laporta, I could go either way. Like I think back to this one. This is where I probably could have gotten just as good a value maybe in the 5th, 6th round. I feel like he is a top tight end, but out of the ones that did go, Bowers, McBride, and Kittle, he definitely the worst by far, and there's some risk there. There's a lot of good news coming out of Harvey. I got Judy to cover some gaps. Warren, not a great pick. I started trying to make up for it with Cam as the risky pick, and I actually just dropped Tank for Little Bill on the Commanders. So overall, dude, I got the stack with Dak too. Like this could be a really good team for me this year. This is not traditionally how I draft. I've never drafted this kind of way. I'm trying to switch it up. So I think I think this could be a really good team for me this year. All right. So number 1, Jared, I really usually I think we have similar draft strategies, and I really, I mean, you did the exact thing I talked about. Like, I think there's a huge value to be had in 2 really good running backs and filling those Gibbs, and you've got Gibbs, who, I mean, what was the other back for the Montgomery? Dude, they're going to slow that down a lot more. He got injured, I think, and he was vulturing a lot of Gibbs touchdowns, and now that it's going to slow down a little bit more, I think Gibbs is going to get even more points than he did last year. I think it's a really, really solid pick. Chase Brown came into his lane halfway through the season. Also a great pick. Obviously, Lamar is going to be the riskiest, like hit or miss. You're going to have some games where you have 4 touchdowns thrown, some games where you have like 1. You know that's the risk you're taking, but hopefully it pans out for the games that you need it to. You know what I mean? Like where it's a close game and you can get those touchdowns. I mean, Adams, like, dude, Adams is probably a better version of Cooper Kupp in some sense. It should probably work, to be honest.
Hey, Gabe?
Yeah.
Gabe, do you want me to sign off real quick, give you guys a little privacy, just the 2 of you?
I think this is one of your best drafts, honestly, in a long time. And I really like the Warren pick. You've also kind of screwed me by picking up Johnson on Pittsburgh, which I really wish I wouldn't have picked up Warren looking back.
You're looking at Corey now, I think. Let's not talk about him.
Sorry. No. I'm wrong. He got Warren. Where are you at?
I do have to say Corey sniped me on Ibuka. And
Ibuka.
I thought Warren may fall back to me. I did have my eye on him.
Okay, yeah. You have a really good. I mean, you have crazy depth in the wide receiver, though. I mean, that's pretty solid.
And that was what I came in thinking. Like, I knew there was wide receiver values in the middle, and I think you were looking running back too, but you were smart to take Lamb there with that value. But yeah, taking the running backs early, I felt they kind of really dropped off after Henderson and Montgomery. Pacheco was a good pick there, Dan. But yeah, I mean, Waddle could take over for Tyreek, who's a basket case right now. Ridley, I think, is locked in as like a low end wide receiver 1 this year.
I mean, here's the thing about Diggs. Diggs was a top 3 wide receiver of all time. And then obviously he went to that team. He got injured, you know what I mean? Like, and didn't really get a chance to do anything. So like, if he comes back from injury and this New England team is actually going to be pretty good, that could be a really solid pick too. Pearsall is also going to be really good with all the trades that they've got going on. I mean, we'll see, but
they're decimated at wide receiver 2 right now. So
I think it's a good team, man. I think it's the best draft you've had in a long time in transparency. So we'll see. All right. So now we're going to go try to get through this kind of quickly. Your 3 worst teams. I think we're going to be probably in agreement here. Maybe I'll start, and then you guys can back me up if you agree on me with me here. So unfortunately, Dan, you did get into 3rd place.
Dirty.
I went Triple D, Will of D, and now Dan. And you know what's the theme? The theme here, it's the triple D's. That's what I call it, D's, the triple D's, because we got all D's in here, and these are all champs. And I don't think it's the year of the champs. And I said, and that last year you guys kind of had a rough start too, and I think it might be the same. I mean, I think we can all agree maybe on Derek's team, like we're a little confused on Derek's team this year. He's been kind of having some weird drafts. Would you say Derek is kind of like, I love my brother. He's in London right now. Maybe it's because he was drafting at 2 a.m. This felt like a really weak draft from him overall.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the first two picks. I mean, I know Taylor's a little injury prone and HM is banged up already, but McBride, sure. But Hubbard in the 4th round, and then Sutton. I mean, I get that Sutton's a low end wide receiver 1, but like there's just no upside with him. And yeah, it goes downhill from there. I mean, Smith is a good player, but Myers will probably surprise. I know Derek likes to run the numbers and you know,
I actually
I'm
like
sure he'll find
Myers.
some
I think that's
production.
that's a good pick. That's the only thing I
But
really
Cooper
like.
Kupp is dust at this point. So
So the second thing is I put Uncle Joe. I mean, I like his 2 wide receivers, obviously, and I like Jaden Daniels. But like, I don't think Kamara. I think we all agree there's got to be overall. I just don't want anyone on the Saints, to be honest with you right now. I don't know what's going on with that organization, but all of his running backs, to be frank, not great. I think Montgomery is going to get a lot less value. I think Kamara is not going to have a good year, and I mean, Pollard or Pollard's out is fine. Travis Kelce has been on the decline. I mean, even that pick, I feel like, dude, he's just not locked in anymore. Let's face it, he was not locked in last season. I don't even know how they made it to the Super Bowl. I just think he kind of picks up towards the playoffs. And then the double defense, like, what are we doing, man? I don't know. Overall, I just not a fan of this team this year.
Oh, just this year, Gabe?
I mean, I disagree with most of Uncle Joe's decisions and thoughts, but would you guys put Uncle Joe in your bottom 2, or are you thinking somebody else in the bottom 2? I mean, you guys weren't a huge fan of Pop's team. Were you thinking?
Yeah. So Pops comes in at the 3rd worst from me.
Okay.
I love the first 3. I mean, I love the first 2. James Cook is fine going in on Buffalo, but after that, I mean, Metcalf as your 1 at wide receiver is tough. Hunter I love, but again, as like you're just relying on him pretty heavy there to produce at your wide receiver 2. Hawkinson, Addison, Steelers early. I mean, Jonnu Smith on the Steelers, like Tajay Spears is already got a high ankle sprain. He dropped Caleb Williams already, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he dropped Spears and Smith too.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's heavy at the top though. I would not have touched McCaffrey with a 10-foot pole in this draft.
Yeah. And then I put 3rd. Dan, I'm sorry. I disagree with the way you went to market here. And I think you didn't have a lot of options because running backs were scarce and you kind of had to make your bed in line. I mean, I like Nico Collins. I think you got good value for Nico. I'll give you that. I'm kind of down on Amon-Ra just because I feel like Williams is actually a little bit better, in my opinion. And he's injury prone. I think Burrow was a good pick, but then like overall your running backs are just bad, man. I mean, a lot of people are really down on Pacheco right now, especially Hunt still in the back line? If they do what they did kind of like, I mean, I know Hunt is old, but if they put him on the goal line, you're going to lose a lot of value there. They may not do that. Mixon, is just not good. I think Tracy potentially going to lose his position, right, to Cam if Cam really shows up, their rookie they just picked up. I mean, dude,
I haven't heard much on Scatabo, but I mean, Mixon, I think was bad. He's a little bit more hurt, I think, than it seems. But
he probably won't be back.
I think your first 4 is going to carry you enough.
It's fair. Yeah, I mean that's where you put all your eggs is your first 4 picks, and
Mason will come on eventually. They paid Mason a lot.
We'll have to see what is the better strategy, because I was making this point. I'm like having 2 decent running backs, kind of Jared's style, and having those 2 selected really well, or having technically you have more roles you're filling with 3. That could also work out, and you're just kind of like having average for running backs. So we'll have to see how it plays out. In my opinion, that's why I put you at 3. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Any other thoughts you guys want to throw in for somebody else that you weren't super impressed, or is that we good to leave it at that?
So I mean, dare I say, I'm smart enough not to really pick on Captain Chaos there, but I just question: is this the year he's got it coming to him? I think Tyreek Hill is just as risky as McCaffrey this year. If he smashes, I mean, his team's going to work really well for him. But if he doesn't, he's going to be hurting.
Arguably, I would say one of the worst ran franchises right now, in my opinion, just from a talent and the way that they like that.
What,
how
Captain
much talent?
Chaos?
No, Sure, but Miami, I was saying,
Yeah,
like for the amount of talent they have, it's super frustrating to watch that team. It's super frustrating.
I think, I already spoke on D Millie. I think Will of Detroit had a fantastic first three, but just fell apart in the middle rounds.
Right.
But I have to call out Corey as I think the worst draft here. And I know, it's easy for me to kind of single him out, but I mean, Saquon, 480 touches in the playoffs and regular season last year, Madden curse. Drake London, I could sell you on Drake London, but there's a little bit of risk there in a RB heavy league. Kyron Williams, a little bit of risk there. And then DJ Moore. I mean, this dude is about to be run out of Chicago. They're definitely not a clearly defined role at this point. Ted McMillan, solid pick. Give him that. Brian Robinson is about to be traded from the Commanders, so who knows where he's going to end up. Caleb Johnson has not looked good in camp. He's going to be behind Jaylen Warren a lot. And then he's got the rookie feet on. Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be okay, but still, I mean, I don't think he's going to be a top 5 tight end. He'll be a low-end tight end 1, I think. Ibuka, okay, I'll give him credit for that. But and he already dropped Justin Fields, who I thought saved his draft for Caleb Williams. So, Caleb Williams has a lot of upside, but a lot of risk as well.
That's the thing about Corey's team is this could be a completely different team.
And he took a 0 at defense in a defensive heavy league. Like they played the Saints week 1, we'll be fine. But man, I don't know about that long term.
Dan, any comments? Or good to move on?
No, I mean, I mostly agree. I mean, I think I'd love to hear Corey explain why he took 4 running backs before he took the quarterback. That doesn't make sense.
Who knows? All right. Moving on. We talked a little bit about this, but just if we wanted to call out any best rookies that you think, I think Warren will be pretty solid. I mean, I think they're going to have to dish it out to him a lot. You obviously like what's on Corey's team, Ibuka. Probably not both rookies, but you said you like Ibuka a lot.
Well, after our draft, Jalen McMillan, the third string wide receiver for the Bucs, went down, I think, for the year. So Ibuka's already stepping in as the third wide receiver. Yeah. And Chris Godwin's not playing first month. So
I like Harvey. Obviously I drafted him pretty early, so I wouldn't really call that amazing value, but there's a lot of good things coming out about him. That was why I picked him up. Any other rookies that you guys are keeping an eye on? I just picked up Little Bill off the Commanders for actually dropped Tank for Little Bill because I think he's going to get that role with Brian Robinson getting traded. If Commanders go on a roll, I want to have that value. But yeah, any other call outs for rookies?
I mean, Madison getting Brock Bowers at the end of the second round is insane. The dude's been going, first round all August. So, I mean, I understand our league doesn't prioritize receptions, but I think this dude's about to ball out with Geno at quarterback.
That's basically picking him up third round. I mean, that's basically because he's 1 away from third round. So that is actually crazy value. That's probably going to that's probably going to put him in a really good spot. You're right. It's a good call out. All right.
I mean, I guess he's not a rookie, but still.
Second year. Yeah, we'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I was going to fill this out, but nobody responded, so we can move on on the next subject here.
Yeah, I don't think the schedule is finalized, actually. I think Cam's still got to do that.
Okay. We'll see if he sets up rivalry games and where we put our money, but I thought this was interesting. So a couple more things. We'll finish up here. We're almost done with the 10 minutes or so we have left. First, I put this together. which is my estimate of where I think who's going to spend their fab first. So first, I have the first category, which I call cracked out on fab. Jared, you're number one, and I kind of ranked them in order, but I said, Jared, you're number one. I think you're going to be cracked out on fab. You're going to spend most of your fab. Corey's going to be up there. I put Cam. Madison's debatable. I think he's on and off. I'm probably going to be up there, and probably Derek. Then we got the penny pinchers, which is Dan, Daniel, Zach, and Uncle Joe. They know there is fab to be spent. They might spend big towards the end of the year, but I don't think they're going to be going crazy with their fab. They're going to be holding on to it. And then I put the forgot about that, which is Pops and Matt Lorenz. I mean, there was a year where Matt didn't even fill 2 bench spots. And surprisingly, I did see my dad put some bids on some people last year, which was like the first I've seen. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you relatively agree on this, or do you think I made a misjudgment?
Yeah. I mean, fab in this league has been the bane of my existence. I just cannot I cannot get this right ever.
Mm-hmm.
If I go low, I get outbid. If I go too high, I outbid by $20 minimum.
Yep. What I want to do is, depending on if I do another podcast, if I'm winning, I want to put where people actually, like next week, on where fab's at, and actually see like who's already spent a bunch of fab, and see if it kind of correlates with where we're at. So the next slide I have here is, this is a little call out to the commish. Some people have been talking, been rumoring, and there's been a little bit of a dictatorship on the way to spend. I mean, it hasn't really been brought to the board. And I just want to run through some numbers and just show kind of where we're tracking, and just say the league buy-in is too darn high. We're having too much of an increase. So you can see 2023 we're at $55. 2024 we're at $55. Now there was no increase there. There could have been made a case to say, hey, we need to increase the league, understandably. Then this year we're jumping to $75. That's $25 increase. We are now looking at a 30. What is that? 30
$20.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the increase. 36.4% jump there. Now he's telling us by 2026 he wants to be at $200. We're now looking at 166% major increase here. Now, even if we just said, hey, we're looking at 100% increase, by 2028, we are projected to be at $800. $800 by 2028. At what point do we have to take a step back and say, whoa, guys, we're going a little bit too crazy, a little bit too fast. This league's going to be around. We don't need to rush it. All I'm asking is, maybe we need to unionize. Maybe we need to get together, put our picket fences up, and say, hey, let's do moderate increases. We don't need to be jumping more than, you know what? Hey, $25 from 55 to 75, that's okay. I don't think 75 to 200, in my opinion, is too far. It's too far gone.
Yeah. I'd have some thoughts whenever you're done, sir.
All right, wait, no, go ahead. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I mean, so I think, honestly, the beauty of this league has been in the competition, the camaraderie, the back and forth. It's never been about the buy-in for me. But I think a good long-term goal, I'm okay with bumping up to 100 next year, but I think we cast like a 5-year plan to get to 150. And I think 150 is going to be the sweet spot until, some major inflation kicks in. But I think every year we go up $10 from that. So by 2030, we're at $150, give or take a year there. So I think once we get up to 100, we slow down. So
I think we need to nominate our Jerome Powell, our Fed. We need to nominate that in the league to keep the commission check, because the commission is trying to push back on interest rates, and yeah, I think we need to nominate that. I mean, we need to bring a balance to the force, and maybe that's a position we need to look into. I mean, there's just a lot of power coming from the commission, kind of putting the hammer down, and I think he's trying to force some older geezers out of this league, in all transparency, which is a little bit upsetting. So just putting that out there. We'll see. And I do have a special call out from our treasurer, Corey. If you do not pay, you will have no fab. So currently Corey has no fab in the league right now, completely zero, because he hasn't paid. So Corey, if you're listening to this, you might want to pay before the season starts, and you look to draft and make a switch and you don't have any money.
He's the only one?
Yeah, I think everyone is paid but Corey. So he needs to get on it, man. And honestly, he should have that money in reverse after the 3 years he's won from us taking all our money. So that should be easily accessible. All right. Anything you wanted to add, Dan, about the league buy is too darn high, or are you confident with what I've presented?
Oh no, I would agree, but you're fighting against a dictator here, so that's only a successful fight every so often. So
Understood.
good
All
luck.
right. Final words, guys, just to wrap it up. I'm gonna let Dan, while you're on the topic, I'll let you start, pass it over to Jared, and then pass it back to me. Anything you want to call out, message to the league, any suggestions, take it away. This is your time.
Well, I think he is a dictator, but Cam made a good call on adding Sleeper. So far, I think it's pretty good overall. To the whole league, though, I'm going to need to see a pretty significant step up game on the gifts, because we've got uncapped potential, including profanity gifts that Yahoo did not allow. So
Good
if
call
I don't laugh from seeing some of these gifts this year, there's going to be hell to pay.
And the chat has been dead. I put news about the pod, and there was no response at all. So we need to get the chat up and going.
Yep.
All right, Jared.
All right, fellas. Yeah, I mean, I think my call to the league is watch out for the zero champs this year. I mean, I think Cam, Gabe, Stafford, and I have some good squads, so I think we're coming for it. I'm trying to think of what I could do, but I'd like to offer up some sort of bonus for, or what kind of odds can I get on zero champs versus the rest of the field to win. So
bring that up to the treasurer. Maybe we can put a bet out there.
Maybe we can open that up for podcast episode number 2 this year.
I like it. All right. I just have one thing to say. If I finish better than 7th, honestly, I'm happy. I have been stuck in this 7th, 8th role. It has been brutal. And I'm trying to change the draft up. Honestly, if I beat Uncle Joe and come at least like 5th, 6th, I'll be pretty happy. I think Sleeper was a great pick. I don't think it's going to be double champ year. I'm agreeing with Jared. I think there's some good teams. So I want to see a new champ. And this is all I have. Daniel Jones is my starting quarterback right now. This is it. This is my joy. So I just want to make the most out of it. And hopefully there'll be more podcasts. If I get relegated, there will not be another podcast. So hopefully we'll have another one here shortly. But thank you guys for hopping on. The Gambler, Danimal. Appreciate your time, and we will chat soon. All right, guys. Adios.
Good luck, fellas.
See you guys.
Good luck.
Bye.